Hey guys, how are you? Vladimir here from Home Trader Club and welcome to the weekly Forex forecast. In today's video we have several very interesting opportunities, but before we start I would like to remind you that we still have all the offers on the table thanks to 8K Broker, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank them for that, of course, and to enjoy all the offers. Get your access to Home Trader Club, private mentoring sessions, access to all the trading systems, the trading tools from the marketplace. Just choose your best offer from all the packages we have with the link below this video in the description, and enjoy your desired access. The first pair I want to talk about would be the pound yen. So we were following on one of the recent weekly forecasts. We discussed about the bullish run, and as we were following, sell the rallies was the plan, right? New highs should provide a sell. So we got a new high. We got the first drop down which happened during the week. The biggest question is what is coming next. So let's take a look. What do we have on this pair, and what are the two scenarios we should be following? Let's start with the higher time frame, not because we're going to trade that, just to understand where we stand, the monthly chart. But first of all, we are on 190, round number, psychological level, tough number. And also we are right on this, or next to this very strong supply zone. Okay, we have here this circle, okay, the highest high and the last high of this uptrend that we've had. Okay, after that the trend was flipped and this high is finally retested. So we are right there in this key zone. Why do I show you here? Because on around such levels, very likely and logically to start seeing retraces. The question is, how is it going to happen and when? So on the weekly chart, at that very moment, we are building up this cycle. Higher highs on the chart versus lower highs on the MACD as well as the RSI. That's the condition of a bearish divergence. Very normal condition at the ending cycles. Well, around this zone, I would expect a top to be created. The problem is here, we are talking about a weekly chart. And with that in mind, we have to understand that sometimes these things could take time. Okay, so any fake rallies here would be acceptable, and that's normal at the condition of ending cycles. Fake highs before the sellers really manage to take control. So if we drop to the daily chart, here is where it starts to be interesting. On a daily chart, we did already have the condition of three higher highs, also with a bearish divergence, and this divergence completed with the MACD making a tick down and the moving average crossing lower. However, this low is still holding, and the false breakout, right, the attempt to break and close below the daily high, did not yet happen. And if we drop to the 4-hour chart, here are the scenarios we should be following, because the conditions, as we saw, weekly divergence did not yet complete and daily did complete, but the false breakout still didn't happen. So we don't have a fake high yet. But on the 4-hour chart, it's very interesting condition, but again with a big red bulb, and I want to explain why. So we do have here the three higher highs, higher lows with this bearish divergence. And these three higher highs, higher lows also ended with this situation of bearish divergence and the convergence. Lower lows on the chart, lower lows on the indicator. What happens besides that is the break of this rising supportive line. Okay, so theoretically speaking, as long as this high is holding, it's very likely we will see here some corrective structure as a BCD or a sort of a range. Okay, but in order for the main trend to change, we will need a daily low to be broken eventually, or at least we will need to see some waving structure. So several attempt to create several lower highs, lower lows, then a pullback of the ABCD order range, 2 waves order range, and then the breakout. As soon as we get that done, that's where we get our green light. Sellers are in the game. Okay, and the alternative scenario here is basically that the market will do something like that and then start to make one final fake high that will complete the daily divergence and the weekly divergence with a false breakout we saw before, and from there and major sell to take place. That's what I meant by when the weekly is forming a cycle on divergences, sometimes these early signs turn to be fake. What do we need to pay attention to besides the technical things? At least according to the rumors or the expectations, the Central Bank of Japan considers to start and ending the low rates period, okay, the low rates reality. So they do consider to start increase the rates eventually. That will start to put pressure on the buyers of the yen, on the bulls of the yen, as they were really absent on the last long time. So this is the pound yen, and that's how I am looking to work with this one. Let me know, what do you think about this pair? Bullish, bearish, up to where and where from? Share in the comment section. The next one would be gold. Before we continue though, I would like to ask your support. If you enjoy this video, you find value in the opportunities, and you appreciate the trading ideas, the analysis, and the trading opportunities, please hit this like button. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe with the subscribe button below this video. Feel free to share this video with anyone who you believe can actually benefit watching that, and they can benefit from the trading opportunities as well. Thank you very much in advance, of course, for your support and for your help. It's very important for me and for this channel. Thanks again. So on the last weekly video, we were talking about 2 scenarios. First of all, as I explained there, I don't think that the all-time high was created, and eventually we should see one more high. And one of the scenarios we were talking about, basically, that's a break above this range in order to achieve these highs. So I want to go to the higher time frames and see where do we stand. So the way I see that, we are finalizing here some major 3 waves rally with this call it a wedge, call it a range, call it a rounding top, whatever. That's all correct, under a major bearish divergence developing on the moving average of the MACD. So from my point of view, it's a question of time until we got some top and major drop. It also, of course, connects to all the expectations with inflation. It eventually should get better and allow the Fed to start cutting the rates and so on and so on. You know, gold is very strong protecting asset to many investors against inflation, against any other financial crises, we can call that this way. So therefore the rallies, and on the weekly chart it also connects to the monthly, where I do expect to see the one false breakout already was in play. Ideally we should see one more false breakout taking place under the same divergence. That would be simply classical sign before the next sales taking place. And on a daily chart we got the break above the range we were talking about. We got some consolidation here, right? And then boom, the break that took place. And the main part which I love here is the following. We are holding this major balance zone based on the volume profile. Absolutely phenomenal hold. The other interesting part we do have here is that the RSI trend line is broken, okay? And we are breaking this sort of ranging condition we had here. So what I love to see in that case, also take a look on the 4-hour chart. It's the double time frame scenario I refer to, double time frame trend line breakout. If you missed this strategy video I published on the channel, please make sure you watch that. You can find it right now on the right top corner of the video, of this video, the double time frame breakout. So this is the daily time frame breakout, and this is the 4-hour chart breakout. It all happens simultaneously, and therefore the major rally. So what's next with gold? As long as this major zone holds, I believe any pullback here should be the next buy step. Few levels to pay attention to, key levels in play. We have this broken resistance and supply area, which now will act as a supportive area. Absolutely phenomenal. We have a rising supportive line, and of course the balance zone based on the volume profile. As long as these areas holds, any pullback closer to there should lead for further rallies. Pay attention that this is going to be non-farm payroll week. That could affect the market, of course. So that's pretty much it for the gold. Let me know how do you see this one in the comment section below this video. The final one for today would be the pound dollar, another one I love a lot. And here is what I see here. So for the long term on the pound dollar, I do anticipate any drop on the higher time frames to be a long-term buy opportunity. I believe that this pair has a lot to offer to the upside for the long run. So with that in mind, take a look what we did have here. Two waves down in the decreasing pace usually bring with them some sort of ABCD or some sort of a range before the breakout. But in some cases, what does happen in that in such scenario is one pullback, one rally, then some sort of a range and breakout to complete the third leg upside. And this is one of the scenarios we will be following now. I believe that should be triggered, if not on this week, then on the coming weeks. And here is what we see. So let's follow the first scenario that we saw before, assuming that we are going to complete weekly ABCD or at least a range, which means one more drop to happen until the weekly form some sort of range, right? If that, with that in mind, we currently have on a daily chart a zigzag structure, two waves down versus two waves up. The reason I love these two waves up is because if you take a look on this major drop, that's all built with two candles. As you can see, two red major candles. The whole ABCD structure is within the two red major candles, which belong to the sellers, right? And this is pretty classical area. If this range managed to be broken, and not just be broken, but take a look what happens here with this volume profile. It's right there and it's holding for a long time now, this balance zone, and it's right on 127.50, quarter of a round number, absolutely phenomenal zone. So if we manage to break that down, then any pullback should provide the further sell opportunity. And on the 4-hour chart, you can see that basically the waves, how it should be forming, right? This is the, let's draw it. This is the daily trend line. So what could be built here in terms of waves, first low, second low, right, pullback, and third low. If it breaks below that with three waves, with a bearish structure, when the market is making the sequence of lower highs, lower lows, then sell, the rallies become here the immediate trading plan. But that's not the only scenario we could see. As I explained before, one of the possible ways the weekly is going to behave, let's go back to the weekly, is like a wave down, pullback, range, and then the break to complete these three waves. This is a doable scenario. For that to happen, we go back to the same daily chart and we follow this range, right? We do have here three higher highs, higher lows with a ranging structure. The good part about this ranging structure that it holds this major demand area. So if the market managed to break through the range locate itself above the volume balance zone, volume profile based balance zone, and break through these two red candles, that should be a say that the market is ready with a pullback to go all the way back to the previous weekly highs and probably even beyond that. So that's the two scenarios I'm following on the pound dollar. I don't know, nobody does. Don't believe anyone who promises you and guarantees you things. Nobody can predict how the market will actually move. What we can do here is basically build a specific plan. If that happens, we know how to operate, we know how to work with that. If it doesn't happen, there is nothing to do. So build your plan first of all, and then follow for the execution. Okay? Don't build any hopes, and don't build any guarantees that something will for sure happen, because it's a market. Things could happen every day. So okay, we have a specific plan for both scenarios, and the non-farm payrolls that comes this week should you know, enlighten the direction for the next several weeks after that. So that's my view for the pound. Let me know, how do you think about this one, and where would you expect the pound dollar to drop? Below the 125 eventually, or it's time that we skyrocket and go above the 130 once again? Share your views in the comment section below this video. So that's it for this video. Big thanks for your time watching this one. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit this like button. If you are new to our channel, please consider to subscribe below this video. Once again, feel free to share it with anyone who you believe can enjoy this video. And also I want to invite you to our trading family, the Home Trader Club, where you get your access to our full trading courses, real-time trading education, real-time trading opportunities, access to the communities, trading tools and media zone, and so much more. Join our family with the link below this video in the description. Meanwhile, best to you and yours. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon with more. Good trading.